not enough people know. And so we're so excited that Advocates in Action does know and wants to celebrate the sheer willpower that Tina Spears, the executive director of the Community Provider Network of Rhode Island, put forth, and she made those vaccines happen. And there's a handful of us who are lucky enough that we get to spend time with Tina. And one of the things that I was really struck by was how many times there were barriers, or someone said no, or someone said, well, it will have to wait, or, well, we've got other people that that are also really important who need the vaccine. And Tina never for 1 second let herself be distracted by the fact that she was going to make sure that every Rhode Islander with a disability had access to this vaccine as soon as she could make that happen. And she did it. I think that's the thing that is so impressive, because a lot of us have really good ideas, and a lot of us know that taking a really good idea and then making it happen is a lot of hard work. And so not only did Tina have this idea that every Rhode Islander with a disability should have access to the vaccine as soon as possible, she then did all of the incredible hard work to make sure that it actually happened. And a lot of us know, having worked or spent time in this field, that you get a lot of folks who then say no, or tell you why you can't do something, or why something else is more important. And like I said, Tina just was never let herself get distracted by any of that. She stayed so focused. And the other thing that's really cool is that then Tina did something really cool. She then brought together a team. Because she knew that she wasn't going to be able to do it alone. So she's so smart that she said, I'm going to make sure that I get some really great people who I know are going to be able to make this happen. And then she did that too. So not only did she make sure that everyone got the vaccine, she made sure that she had the right people around her to make it happen. And I can say, as someone who got the vaccine because of the clinics, I can say as the brother to someone who got the vaccine because of the clinics, we can't thank you enough. It is really, it's not putting it too seriously to say you saved lives. And not everyone can have that said about them. And so I think that's just amazing. I think that's amazing that what you did saved people's lives. So, Tina, we thank you. We appreciate you.
And we love you.
And we love you.
We talk about a lot of intersectionality nowadays, right? Communities of color, especially those that were most impacted by the pandemic, really have been marginalized. And I don't think we know enough, or we're not giving enough credit to Tina's efforts, because as we've seen, that same marginalized workforce, right, disproportionately impacted, is a big part of our workforce in the provider world. And I think that really was one big pivot point in this state. Again, I don't have the stats to prove it, but I got the smiles, we got the video, we got the faces, we've seen lives change because of that effort. And I think that really helped move the needle. I don't know if we've taken a moment to actually recognize that. So thank you so much, Tina. And, not just saving lives to Andrew's point, but think about where we were at mindset wise at that time, how we were doing emotionally. I think you helped save the community with that too. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping empower us to be a part of that process. Again, I don't think that we've reflected on that enough. So Kim, I don't know if you want to add anything else, and thanks, Andrew.
Sure, I'll be brief. I just want to start with, I love you, Tina. You're amazing. And I just want to emphasize the barriers that were in front of Tina from the get-go. The very first clinic, she had something to prove on behalf of this community. And I know I'll say it before she's going to say it. And she'll say, I didn't do it alone. Everybody else should be getting the same recognition. And while it's true, we all came together. It was because of you that we had the opportunity to do that. So we are so grateful for you pushing through those barriers and passing those initial tests, because we had something to prove that we could come together as a community and make this work. So without you pushing, we wouldn't be in this place. So thank you, and we love you.
You guys are trying to make me cry.
Don't cry yet. We're going to show your video first.
Can I, well, that's
You can
the point.
speak. You can do it either way you want. It's your award.
You can speak first.
Yeah, if I can just say a few words first. First, thank you. This will be by my desk at all times. It's really an honor to get this and be recognized by the community. But as Kim said, I truly believe it certainly takes somebody who has some oomph and will to get something over the goal line. But we couldn't have done it if we didn't come together as a community and do what it took to make it happen. And I will say to the people that just spoke, Kim specifically was my wingman, wing woman, wing person, that the very first clinic where we, as she said, there were some significant barriers and some challenges, but we did it, and she was right there with me from the get-go. So if not for Kim, and she covered my butt a couple of times, but she's great. And Key, I called Key on the fly, I need help, and he came. We were in some difficult circumstances up in Kirkray, and I needed some additional volunteers. So I will say that this was an experience of a lifetime. It's my first time running a parking lot, which was exciting. It was not. It was truly empowering to see everyone receive the vaccine and to know that our community would be safe once again. And I just want to say I'm deeply honored for this award. Again, I share this with the community. Without everyone else's effort, we wouldn't be in the place we are today. So I just want to say that. And I take no ownership for this video that you're going to watch.
It's really good though, and I think you're right. It was good you said that first, because then we'll all cry after. I got goosebumps when Andrew was speaking, and I should have said that Kim and Key are always there doing things with us, but they should get a little shout out for helping with the conference too, because they always are right there, and they'll just do anything right behind the scenes, and you'll never even know it.
No.
So yay to everybody!
They're behind the
Woo! Now are we ready to watch it?
Yes.
Okay. With your tissues, maybe, or actually, it's fun. It's fun at the end. Yeah.
Words don't do justice at any attempt in describing 2020 and the many ways it impacted the entire intellectual and developmental disability community. Bleak, frightening, uncertain, overwhelming. But through it all, we learned how resilient our community was and how we adapted together.
The Community Provider Network of Rhode Island, CPNRI, is a nonprofit trade association of service providers that support people with developmental and intellectual disabilities across Rhode Island. CPNRI's members support people to live safe, healthy, and fulfilling lives through their lifespan, ranging from residential group homes to adult day programs, from early intervention for children for respite services to parents. In March of 2020, all social service agencies were faced with a common challenge: to safely deliver essential services to thousands of vulnerable people during the deadly pandemic. Providers collaborated, sharing evolving best practices, and worked tirelessly to help keep people that support and their staff safe. Sadly, some agencies were shut down, furloughs were given, and programs ceased to exist. But we worked even harder to support people with disabilities through the crisis however we could. Essential employees offer comfort and support every day through the pandemic, fighting to keep group homes safe and healthy. Rhode Islanders with profound disabilities shifted, with our help, into a new and sometimes scary normal of virtual meetings, social distancing, and mask wearing. Teams were quickly assembled to transform home-based therapies into virtual visits.
After months of uncertainty and isolation, the vaccine was approved. Our long-held hope for an end to the scariness would soon become reality. But it soon became clear people with disabilities might, as too often the case, be forgotten in the prioritization of vaccines. So CPNRI advocated to get the Rhode Island disability community vaccinated as safely and quickly as possible, and we succeeded advocating together. That's where Tina Spears, Executive Director of CPNRI, jumped into action.
The CPNRI Vaccination Clinic vaccinated nearly 6,000 people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their staff that support them. Over 150 people volunteered at 18 clinics to make this reality possible. From the owners of the Kirkbrae Country Club to the volunteers helping in the parking lot, bringing lunches and maneuvering wheelchairs, the Lincoln Police Department, there every day to ensure a safe environment for all, the Rhode Island DMAT team who organized the Volunteer Medical Reserve that administered the vaccinations with compassion and professionalism, thank you.
And if we consider the vaccination to be one of the key battles in the war against COVID, Tina Spears and Jill D'Ambrosia are two of the generals leading the charge.
Design of how you structure a clinic, and we are the support. We're making sure that those rules are followed, and we're assisting people through that process.
I really, really want to emphasize what a wonderful community partner Kirkbrae Country Club has been. Look around, you can see this is just a beautiful venue, and they stepped up and said, what can we do for our community while we are closed? And they said, listen, we want to offer this out as a vaccination site. Also, Lincoln Police has donated a police officer to help cross people across the street. So we've been blessed.
Vaccinated by the light of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, round of applause for you folks. Let's go. All right. Thank you very much.
I'm very happy being vaccinated, but still I will try to protect myself as well as the one that I support.
I'm going to have to pause this before all the credits because we won't have time for our keynote speaker who's put a lot of work into it. But we're going to link to this on our website. And thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.